Welcome to Beyond Just Money by kalkinemedia, an independent global media house and investor relations group. Please note that this podcast is for information purposes only. It's not a solicitation or recommendation to buy, sell or hold the stocks of any company or companies or engage in any investment activity under discussion. Kalkinemedia is neither licensed nor qualified to provide investment advice through this platform.
Welcome to Beyond Just Money. I'm Manisha and with me today is Miss Nidhi Sinha, the head of content at kalkinemedia. Today, we will be talking about Canadian companies that are taking initiatives to engage in renewable energy and technology infrastructure to combat climate change. Welcome to the show, Nidhi.
Thank you, Manisha. It is heartening that companies are waking up to the need of combating climate change by adopting innovative measures.
What are your views about companies focused on combating climate change?
Well, the Canada government has been quite vocal and proactive about its climate change goals. Therefore, it is quite likely that companies focused on renewable resources could gain momentum in the future.
Right, Nidhi. So, could you take our listeners through top 5 Canadian stocks that are fighting climate change through their practices?
Sure, Manisha. Let me first talk about the top 2 on my list. Number 1 is Renewables, which engages in the task of producing renewable natural gas from organic waste products collected from places like dairy farms and water treatment plants. The company has a market cap of around 262 million Canadian dollars. It is currently trading about 386% above its 52-week low. It undertook new contracts worth a total value of 3.6 million Canadian dollars in the last quarter. Number 2 on the list is Transalta Renewables, which is an electric utility company with a market cap of around 5.61 billion Canadian dollars. The company saw its stock surge by nearly 30% in the last 9 months. The utility stock climbed about 35% over the past year. Transalta also pays a monthly dividend of 7.8 cents apiece. Moreover, it posted good revenue in the first quarter of FY21.
That's great, Nidhi. Which are the other companies that our listeners can focus on?
Next, I'll talk about Global Water Resources, which is a utility company again that manages wasted and recycled water in several communities. The stock is currently trading about 57% above its 52-week low, and the firm pays monthly dividends of 2.4 cents scheduled to be distributed on August 31st next. Global Water Resources also posted a 10.7% increase in its revenue year over year. Moving on to the next stock, which is Zeebeck Adsorption. It develops industrial products used to clean gases and has a market cap of 592.83 million Canadian dollars. The company registered a revenue of 20.6 million Canadian dollars in the first quarter of FY21. The last stock to look at is Energex Renewable Energy, an independent clean energy manufacturer in Canada which pays quarterly dividends of 18 cents apiece to its shareholders.
Thank you, Nidhi, for sharing your insights with our listeners.
Thank you, Manisha. It's always a pleasure to be on Beyond Just Money.
To listen to this podcast again, log on to kalkinemedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon with yet another insightful episode of Beyond Just Money. Till then, as we say, stay apprised and invest wise with kalkinemedia.
Our listeners are requested to make their own inquiries about any investments, and kalkinemedia strongly suggest that the listeners seek advice from a financial advisor, stockbroker, or other professional as necessary. Kalkinemedia hereby disclaims any and all the liabilities to any listener arising from any use of the information shared or discussed in this podcast. This podcast is available for personal and non-commercial use only.